Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call Car Shield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-460-3829.
What's going on, Vibe Nation? What is going on, y'all? Sunday Night Vibes on Courageous Detroit Radio Network. First of all, I'm so sorry to keep you all waiting. I'm so sorry to keep you all waiting and stuff. I know y'all was wondering where he at. Where's that huggable, lovable, sexy person? No, I'm kidding. But we having a little technical issues and stuff. You know, we trying to get today's guest on the show and everything like that. Y'all know how it is. It's live. It's radio. It's radio live, y'all. So we trying to get everything situated with my guest, and hopefully she will be on. Okay, and I want you all to stay tuned because today's guest, you know, she is an actor. She does movies. She is an actor and everything like that. So hopefully, once we get everything situated, you know, we'll bring her on because I want you all to meet her and all that good stuff. So definitely stay tuned for that. But how is everybody doing? Other than that, it is Sunday. It is a beautiful day outside. I hope you all are enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having. And I hope you all are just, you know, just enjoying the weather and stuff. I think we are done with the snow. Okay, I think we're done with the snow. Hopefully we are done with the snow. Because definitely going to be things. So, let me just remind you all. Let me just remind you all, though, that, you know, definitely, you know, it has been a rough ride and everything. And I want to get this out here as well. You know, I received some. We received some devastating news and stuff. You know, my younger sister, Juanita, we call her Quan and stuff. But her house just caught on fire earlier this week, and so definitely we want to send prayers and everything. She has lost literally everything. Okay, literally everything in her house. Everything in her house caught on fire. Her two dogs passed away during that fire, and I mean she lost everything. Everything is gone. I mean literally everything is gone. Everything is just pushed up the flames and stuff. And this happened earlier this week. You know, so we want to send send prayers out to my younger sister, Juanita, and everything. We just want to send prayers out to Quan because you know, that house, I enjoy going over there so much. You know, holidays. We used to spend holidays at the house. We used to have a lot of fun over there, you know, and it is a shame to see that house go into flames and stuff. And yeah, she lost everything. All the furniture is gone. All her All her furniture is gone. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. So we just want to send our prayers, and hopefully she'll get back on her feet, because it's never an easy thing to let your house go on fire and you just lose everything. You just lose everything. So we just, Vibe Nation, I really need your help, because they set up a GoFundMe. Okay, so the family set up a GoFundMe, and just let everything you can to just give whatever you can. Okay, it doesn't have to be a lot, doesn't have to be a little. Just give whatever you can, because they definitely need your help in order to get back on their feet. Get everything and get back on their feet and stuff. But it's on Facebook. Okay, it's on Facebook. You can definitely go on to her Facebook and check. I think it's oh my God, Just Cron. You can go on Just Cron. That's her Facebook, and you can donate whatever you want and everything. But y'all, we really need to help this family out, because when I tell you all the fun we had and everything at the house, we definitely need to do that. So GoFundMe is there as well, and everything. So yeah, it doesn't have to be a lot, doesn't have to be a little, and you can just do that, and we will be just fine. All right, so everything is pretty much doing okay and stuff. I just want to thank all of you for tuning in, to Sunday Night Vibes and stuff like that. Courageous Detroit Radio Network. It is still Women's History Month. Okay, it is Women's History Month. Last week, was Women's History Month. It is Women's History Month, and so we are all month long. We are highlighting women. Okay, we're highlighting women and the sisterhood. We go call it the month of the sisterhood. Okay, the month of the sisterhood, and we are highlighting women who is doing good in the community, who's doing good out here in the streets, who's doing good out here, and the things. So we are just highlighting women in all walks of life, and that's what we're doing this month and stuff. And so all month long on the show, we're definitely gonna highlight that and doing that right there and stuff. But yeah, it is going to be great. It is going to be great. So I don't have it with me, but next week, I promise you, I will have the information to Amari, the young lady. Y'all remember Amari, the young lady that was on the show? The young lady that was just on the show, Amari, with the youth, with the program, the Uplift program. We had this young lady on the show, 14 years old, Amari and stuff. And she has lemonade and everything. So I will have the information for you all next week on how you can reach out to her, because this young lady, 14 years old, I cannot stress that enough. I know I keep saying it, but she's 14. She's doing amazing stuff. But I will have the information next week. Okay, I will have the information to you all next week on how you can reach out to her if you want some delicious lemonade and all that good stuff. So yeah, definitely stay tuned on the show next week. I will have that information for you. And yeah, when I tell you again, this young lady is doing amazing stuff out here. Young lady, 14 years old, doing it in the thing. But I will have her information next week for you all. Okay. So when we come back, I do believe Miss Wendy. Do we have her, Wendy?
Yes.
We good to go. All right, we are good to go. So when we come back after this short break, I'm gonna introduce you, because we have another celebrity in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I know. I keep getting y'all the celebrities now. I keep handling with the celebrities and everything like that. I mean, I've been doing this thing for going on 3 years now, and already I'm coming up with the biggies. I'm coming up with the big boys on the block, the biggies. Okay, so when we come back, we will be joined by J.M. J.M. Poison, I want to say. I'm sure she'll correct me when we come back from the break, but just a phenomenon, a movie, a phenomenon actor. She does movies, she does everything, and y'all go get to meet her, Vibe Nation, when we come back after the break. So stay with us, Sunday Night Vibes, with your boy Robert Flood in the building on a Fun Day Sunday. We'll be right back.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. For more information on how to pay delinquent property taxes, visit our website, treasurer.waynecounty.com, or call us at 313-224-5990. We're here to help.
Okay, you back on. All right. All right, y'all, we are back. That was quick. Okay. We are back. It is Courageous Detroit Radio Network with your boy Robert Flood in the building, Sunday Night Vibes. And we just go get right to it because, you know, we've been waiting long enough. After technical difficulties and everything like that. She is an author and founder of Breakthrough Film Studios. Okay, so I have a little bit of her bio here. I'm not gonna read all of it, but Javon Marie Poison, I hope I'm saying that right, but she is a Detroit-based film. A author, actress, and creative force dedicated to telling stories. She is the CEO founder of Breakthrough Film Studios and editor-in-chief of Real Talk Detroit magazine. She is the author of several powerful books, including The Burning House, We Made It Home, Nowhere Safe to Blend, and she is God in a Sundress. Okay, she was God in a Sundress. In film, she wrote, directing, and exclusive producer the feature film The Dark Side of Beautiful, streaming on Tubi and Prime. Okay, and so Giovanna continues to build platforms that merge art, validity, and social reflection, proving that storytelling can be both entertaining and a virtual of transformation. So clearly she has done a lot, but we go bring her in. Y'all, Vibe Nation, y'all give it up for Giovanna Marie Poison in the building. Vibe Nation, give it up.
Hey. Thank you.
Giovanna,
so much
are you
for
there?
the introduction, Robert, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. First of all, it is such an honor and a privilege to have you on Courageous Detroit Radio on Sunday Night Vibes, and definitely we appreciate you. How are you?
I am good. You know, I feel like the devil was trying to stop the show, but then God has the final say.
I know, right? To show must go on, right? To show must go on. And let me just say, I know you were supposed to come in studio and stuff, but you had a little car trouble. Had a little car trouble, and the guy, you just found a way to make it happen. So the show must go on, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. So how do I pronounce your name? Because I don't want to mess it up. How do I pronounce your name?
It is Giovanna Marie Poison.
Giovanna Marie Poison.
Yes.
Poison. Okay. Well, I'll just call you JM. How about that?
Yes.
All right. So welcome. So we got a lot to talk about. And stuff. And I wish. Oh my God! I wish you was on the thing, but we got a lot to talk about. So you are an author, an actress, and creative force dedicated to telling stories and stuff. And you're also the CEO founder of Breakthrough Film Studios. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? How did you ever get started in that with the Breakthrough Film Studios?
So I started off writing books. I wrote my first book in 2015. Since then, I have 9 published books. I have books in Walmart, Barnes and Noble, and all of my books are on Amazon. And but it started with storytelling. Like that's kind of like my staple is I love telling stories. And for me, it doesn't really matter the medium that takes. So it's the same whether I'm writing a book or I'm in front of the camera or behind it. But from writing the books, I was like, well, let me try my hand at this acting thing. So I took some acting classes, and I felt that what I found was that it was very therapeutic. And it gave me this kind of spiritual release, and it became like therapy. So from there, it just it became something that I was really passionate about. I just tried my hand at writing scripts, and then from there, I think when I originally started, I think that it was just I was running into so many no's. So Breakthrough Film Studios was kind of founded in that premise of I was always taught that don't beg for a seat at nobody's table. If they're not opening up the doors or pulling out a chair for you to sit down, make your own table. And so I think that that's kind of where I built that up from the premise of just not being allowed in certain rooms.
Okay, so wow, you've done a lot. You have done a lot and stuff. So that's how you got started and everything. And that is amazing. That is amazing. So you got started, and you also talk about Real Talk Detroit magazine, because you also do that as well, right?
Yeah, so
So
with
tell
Real
us a
Talk,
little bit about that. How'd you come about doing that?
yeah. So Real Talk magazine, again, it was kind of built on the fact that that when I feel like sometimes the Detroit industry, especially when it comes to the film, can be a little clicky. And so Real Talk magazine was just me. I'm kind of the person that, as I learn, I teach people what I know. And sometimes, like, I would reach out, and it was a lot of gatekeeping. And I wanted to create a platform for people that came after me. And so, Real Talk Magazine was me passing on everything as I'm opening doors and walking through doors and building. I wanted to create a bridge for people that were like me that were starting off, that had connected them to the knowledge that they needed to pursue their dreams. Because when I was starting out, I didn't know what to do, how to do this, and how to do certain things. And so I wanted to be that for other people. I wanted to connect the up and coming artists with seasoned professionals, just so they could gain that knowledge to make their journey a little bit easier.
I love that, and that's wow. And you've been doing that for how long? For the magazine?
So the magazine I recently just started, so that is probably going on 2 years now of Real Talk
Okay,
magazine.
so 2 years you've been doing it.
Yes.
Okay. I wanna to ask you, JM. How did you what made you decide to become an actor? Was acting like the first thing you always wanted to do? Did you always wanted to do something else, or did you always wanted to become an actor?
You know what? It's so funny because like even as a little girl, I think that I was acting without even realizing that I was acting. I was a really big bookworm. And so I love to read books because I felt like it took me into this other world where I was outside of my present world, but it brought me into this world that I kind of just, in my imagination, I would imagine myself as these characters. And even when I later on in life, when I got into writing, a lot of me filling out my characters and writing specific characters and wanting them to be layered and have artists and be realistic, is that even with the dialogue, I would act out certain scenes in my books to make sure that it flowed and it sounded realistic. And so I think that I was acting even before I even tried my hand at acting.
And that's when you knew you. And that's when you knew acting was something you wanted to do.
Absolutely. I remember the very first time that I got on set, and it was that realization where I just felt like, hey, I am in my zone. Like I love this. But it's also very cathartic. I really do feel like acting can be a therapy because, in my books, a lot of my books I talk about, as you know, I talk about a lot about emotional alchemy, and that's the transmutation of pain into power and taking, our emotions and making something beautiful from the chaos of the pain and the trauma that we have endured within our lives. And I feel like acting is kind of like a vessel. There's been so many times where I've been on set and I'm crying, or I have this scene where I'm emotional and I'm letting out all of these emotions, and when I get done I feel so much lighter, and sometimes there's things that I didn't even know that I was holding on and carrying, and it just became this release where I've just released it in a space where now from that emotion I've made artwork.
Yeah, and go with the emotions and stuff like that, and thing. I mean, I'm just so proud of you. I'm just so proud of you doing amazing work and stuff, and yeah, just keep it up. Just keep it up. Are you originally from Detroit?
I am. So I was born
Okay.
here and raised. My mom is, from Joy Road, exit 9.
Come
And
on,
then
Joy. Whoa.
my father is actually from the Philippines. He moved over to
Okay.
when he was 6 years old, and my parents met. They got married at 19 and been married ever since.
Oh, okay. You say you got married at 19?
Yeah, they got married at 19,
Oh,
so they've
wow.
been married over 42 years.
Man, 42 years. That's what's up. That is what's up. I love to hear stories like that. And we call it black love. That is black love at its best and stuff. That is amazing that that they're still, they still together, and at 19 and they still together. Wow, that is amazing. That
Yes, yes.
that is so amazing and stuff. And I mean, JM, you just got a lot going on. You just definitely got a lot going on. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to take a short break, but we got lots to cover because your feature film that you're actually going to be doing next week, right? A week from today, right?
Well, I have one coming up in April. Yes, that I'm
Yeah.
getting to go cameras up with.
Okay, yeah, you got a lot going on. You definitely got a lot going on, and then we got to talk about your books because you're author as well. So we got to talk about your books and how people can support you in that. And we just got a lot more coming up with Javon Marie Posen with is it Posen,
Po-
right?
Pose on.
Posan, Javon Marie Posan is in the building, and JM for short, okay, JM Posan is in the building right here on Sunday Night Vibes, Courageous Detroit radio station with your boy Robert Flood. It is Sunday Night Vibes. We gonna take a short break. We'll be right back.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call Car Shield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-460-3829.
All right, y'all, we are back. Let me do this real quick because I see my cousin has Taylor Evans. Taylor, what up, cuz? My cousin checking in, y'all. So the thing, and my best friend Samantha, where you at, baby? Where you at? Where are you? My best friend Samantha, she's she works at my job and everything, and she be watching my show every week and stuff. I have not heard from you, Samantha. Okay, I have not heard from you. I know you be watching everything. I'm gonna need you to check in. I'm gonna need you to check in because I know you and your mom be watching my show on Sundays and stuff. You used to check in all the time, all the time. I'm feeling some type of way about you, Samantha. I don't like this now. I don't. I do not like this. But yeah, make sure you tell. Make sure you say hi or what's up on the chat, Samantha, so I know you're watching. All right. But no. But that's my friend Samantha. She always, check, always watch my show, and she works with me at my job and everything. So yeah, shout out to you, Samantha. So yeah, I'm just messing with you. Me think about that. But all right. So we're back with Javon. With Javon Marie Poison, aka JM Poison, in the building and stuff, and we just got through a little bit of stuff. Javon, what I would like to do since we started late, can you come back on the show?
Absolutely.
Cause
Yes.
cause I know we started late and everything, but what I would like you to do, I would love for you to come in the studio. I would love for you to come in the studio. That way, we can chop it up and everything like that. Cause I know we started late with everything, and yeah, I would love for you to come in the studio, JM, and yeah, we can kick it. So.
Yes, yes. I would love that.
And hopefully everything will be fixed and but like that, so we can have more chance to talk and stuff. Cause yeah, we just ran late and stuff. But yeah, okay. So you are an author and an actress and stuff, and you are an author. You wrote books and stuff. Books like streaming on. Wait a minute, the dark side. Wait a minute, the dark side, beautiful and
Yeah.
and let me see, let, let me see. I'm looking at the wrong word. Okay, the burn, the burning house. This is what Live Air does, y'all, Live Nation. The burning house. Okay, here we go. The burning house. We made it home. Nowhere safe to bleed, and she was God in a sundress. Okay, so we got it. Can you talk a little bit about those books? How did you become an author, and what made you decide to become an author?
Again, for me, it has always been like a form of therapy. Writing has. I was actually very timid growing up. I didn't really like to speak. I was so shy, and it's so funny because now I'm in front of cameras all day long. But I was so shy that I didn't like I was very introverted, so I was better at expressing myself in written word opposed to speaking verbally. And so like even with my parents, I would write them like long letters, and everybody was like, oh, here she go again. But that kind of just was my thing, like from journaling to diaries. I think I probably did like a mini little book when I was like 7. So writing has always just been my way of releasing the things that I felt. I think, and again, my first book was in 2015. The first one was
Okay.
Dark Side of Beauty. I mean, Setting the Fire to the Darkness. Sorry, and that was a romance novel. And
Okay.
from there, I did like a trilogy. It was like kind of 50 Shades of Grayish.
I was
And
going to
then,
ask you, it was like another version of 50 Shades of Grey.
yes, it was. And then so from that, I did Whiskey for the Wounded, which was a poetry book. So I do a lot of spoken word and poetry. So I have a couple books that were poetry books. So Whiskey for the Wounded was one.
Okay.
I did another one called Stardust, which was women empowerment, and so that was poetry, but women empowerment poetry. And then I had Passion Fruit, and then the Missing Crown Jewels was another poetry, but it was women self empowerment, but about getting your crown back after ending like bad relationships. And then from there, She Was God in a Sundress was it's spoken word and poetry, but it is aimed at reminding women of our inherent value and worth. So it was one of those ones where I really wanted to uplift women, and I wanted them to see their, their divine light. I wanted them to see that they're queens, because when you go on social media, you saw so many women that are seeking validation, seeking attention in all the wrong ways, and they portray themselves in a light that is not worthy to who they are inherently and on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
So from that one, I did Nowhere Safe to Bleed, which was like a grief journal. It is just, it's just essentially like, when we have grief and we have loss and we lose a loved one, the world doesn't stop spinning. Everybody is sympathetic for a time, but at some point they expect for you to get over it. They put an expiration date on your grief, and so you begin to feel like you really don't have a place to grieve without feeling like you're being a burden to others. And so that was the premise of Nowhere Safe to Bleed. And then lastly, The Burning House That We Made Home. That is my book of self-discovery and transformation. And the premise of that book was essentially that when you're born in a burning house, being on fire can feel normal to you until you go outside and see other people walking around free of flames. And so it speaks to being raised in certain environments and taking toxicity, and we make it our norm. And we may not even know that we're carrying on these toxic behavioral patterns until we see normal and what normal actually looks like. So that book is really just about confronting trauma and healing ourselves. And for me, this was so inherently important for me, because I wanted to make sure that I raised children. As a mother, I didn't want my children to have to heal from the childhood that I had given them. And so in order to make sure that I could show up in the best possible light for my children, I knew that I needed to take that time to really confront my own traumas so that I could show up as best self for them.
Yo, y'all give her a hand, man. I mean, that is what's up, man. I had no idea. I had no idea you were so professional at what you do and everything, and everything and stuff. And we got you on the monitor. I have to say, you're a very hot looking woman. You're very cute. You're very cute.
Thank you.
We got you on the monitors and stuff. No, that's a nice picture though. I mean, you're a very, very bright young lady, and doing your thing, and all that. But I want to get back to something you said. You said and it's interesting you said women, because it is Women's History Month, and on this show we decided to call this the month of sisterhood. Okay, so. I'm gonna ask you, what does it mean for you to be an independent woman? Because you're doing a lot. You're making books. You're doing movies. You're just out here doing it. You're just out here doing the doggone thing. So what made you? What made you that independent woman? The independent woman, the sisterhood. What made you, just being that woman, being that sister, that people can reach out to you and just be like, wow, she is amazing. What made you, what made you want to be that woman, that independent woman?
I think that for me, essentially, it was about being the woman that I would want to find in other women. Because growing up, I'm the oldest of five. So I didn't have like the older sibling. I was the older sibling, so I was the one that everybody came to. I laid the groundwork and the foundation for everybody that came after me, all my siblings that came after me. And even in my career and everything that I do, I am really big on women empowerment. I'm big on lifting women up, because we live in a world that is aimed at tearing Black women down for some reason. And so my thing is that I am rooting for everybody Black. I'm rooting for everybody, but I am especially rooting for everybody black. And my my thing is, I want
I know that's
oh,
right. I know
it is my go-to.
Everybody got their fists up in the air in the studio. So that's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. I like that.
Yes, but yeah, it's about empowering others and being the light that you wish to see in others.
I love that. I love that and stuff. And I feel I feel like because this show that I do, we have entrepreneurs come on this show all the time talking about businesses and everything like that. And this platform, I say it all the time. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed, because I say it all the time. Wendy, I don't know what I would do without her, my producer and everything. She loves the guests that I bring on here. Loves everybody I bring on here and everything. And she just literally, and not to put her on the spot or nothing, but she literally fell in love with me the first time. The thing about that, but I love it. I love being in the thing like that. But the show, the guests that I bring on here, they're entrepreneurs and stuff like that, and I feel like, are you like an entrepreneur? Cause I feel like you are. I feel like you are an entrepreneur when you writing these books and stuff. So I feel like you are an entrepreneur.
Well, that, and then of course, the studio. So from the movie studio, and then from the movie maker, because I'm a filmmaker too. So I like
Okay.
saying that I did produce my first film last year. I wrote it, directed it. I was the executive producer on it.
What's the
That's
name of it?
The Dark Side of Beautiful. That is the one
Okay.
that's currently streaming on Tubi and Prime. And then I am getting ready to do another one. Getting ready and gearing up to go into pre-production on my second movie, and that one is going to be called The Blue Line. And
Oh,
I'm
okay. Okay. So the Blue Mine. Okay. Okay.
Yes, and I'm really excited about it. Essentially, I feel like, especially in the just the culture in the space that we are in as a country right now. In the story, essentially, I play a judge, and I'm married to a white police officer.
Oh,
And
you
we,
play a judge.
yeah,
So
so
you're
we're
trying to be the female Judge Mathis?
yes, we had this virus, and the it basically shows the two Americas. Is the
Okay.
two identities and the two lived experiences that is happening simultaneously in this country at one time. And I think that I especially made him Caucasian, because I wanted to show the difference in, like, the way that we do things. And especially, I grew up in a biracial family. Again, my dad is from the Philippines.
Okay.
My dad is Filipino, and so I know what that's like. I know what it's like. There's certain things that I can say to him that he will never truly understand, because he does not have the lived experience of what I experienced. Like, and I mean, my dad is straight up Asian looking. Like, let's put it this way: he would walk into the school, and they would used to think that he was trying to kidnap me.
Oh wow. Oh my God, man.
So we just had very different experiences in life. So with certain things that, I've had to deal with as a black woman, because, when people look at me, they're not saying, hey, that's an Asian woman. No, that's a black woman. And so my lived experience has been of that life, that reality. And so I don't think you can't really explain lived experience. And so, like, it was very important with this movie that, I shined a light on that there are two Americas. Like, I remember I've had this incident where I'm in the back seat with my kids, and it's like, we were talking about the Trayvon Martin situation. And there's certain things where it's not that I had to explain, like, I don't think that all cops are bad. But what I do know, that as a black woman, that there are some cops that view me and or have their biases, and they act on those biases prematurely. And so when I get pulled over, I could be a law-abiding citizen, and I don't believe they're bad, but when I get pulled over, I don't know which cop I'm going to get. I don't know if I'm going to get the racist cop.
Yeah.
So when I get pulled over, whether I'm in the right or if I'm in the wrong, I'm afraid. And
Jack of
so
all trades.
yeah, so I think that was very important. So in this movie, it shows about the two Americas. It tells about the two lived experiences, but then it also talks about police brutality and the biases and the perceptions that, it just sparks the questions that need to be had, especially in the age of this country where we're dealing with policing and we're dealing with things like ICE and just the climate of everything that is going on in the world. I think that this is a much needed narrative. It is a movie that is needed at this time.
I love it. And what's the name of the movie again, so people can check it out? What's the name of it?
The Blue Line.
The Blue Line. Okay. And it's on Tubi, right?
Well, that's the one we're getting ready to start filming. So it's not out.
Okay, you're getting ready to start filming. Okay. And what's the name of the other one?
The Dark Side of Beautiful.
And that's on Tubi.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to clarify for anybody who wants to check it out. So I tell you what. Why don't you repeat it for the people that just want to check it out and stuff?
Yes. So that one, the one that is currently streaming, it is on Tubi and Prime. The Dark Side of Beautiful, and it is on Tubi as well as Prime, so you can check it out on either one of those. And while you're at it, check out the rest of my films on there. The other ones I was just in, but I've been in maybe like 5 to 6. I've been in The Mistress, The Contract Killer, The Invite, The Narcissist, and I have one coming out called Echoes of Deception, which will be out in a couple of weeks.
I was going to say, how many movies have you done?
I've been in about 6 or 7. I've been in about 6 or 7 movies thus far.
Okay, so you've been in a couple movies.
Yeah, and The Dark Side of Beautiful was the first one that was completely my own. So.
Okay. So you've been so you're going and you're going to make more movies, more films and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sitting on like 7 scripts right now. I got ADHD, but it works in my favor.
I know you stay busy, JM. You stay busy. I don't know how you do it, but you stay busy. You stay busy and stuff. Now, what about romantic movies? Do you do that?
So I actually have a rom-com coming up that I'm getting ready, that I wrote the script on. So that's going to be another one in the future that I do. It's kind of like going to be like the black version of Sex and the City, like between. And I'm excited about that one. It's going to be real fun. I feel like they always make me, and maybe because my persona is so serious all the time, they always get me to play serious characters, and usually I'm always the killer. I'm always killing somebody. I don't know why. I'm such a nice person.
You be killing somebody's in the movie. Let me find out, JM. You killing somebody and robbing them, robbing little kids for bags.
Yeah, so almost every movie. So so this one, I'll get to play characters a little bit lighter and a lot more fun and comedic, and so that'll be a change of air for me.
I love that. Now, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the romantic movies, or do you prefer, the other half of the movies where you like killing people, robbing people?
Not so much killing or robbing, but I am a big fan of drama. Like I like stories that move me. So if I read if I read a script and you really, it has a premise and it's based in real life experience, there is something that I can really lock on to, be like, yeah, I identify with that. I've been there. I know what that feels like. If you can draw me in that way, then those are the kind of movies that I like.
I love that. JM, I'm just hoping that I'm not no movie star or nothing like that, but I would love for you to put me in one of your movies.
Listen, I'm always looking like I am always
I mean,
looking
I
for.
would do a love scene.
I mean,
I would
so
do anything.
I need some extras all
I'm
the time. Always.
I'm just saying. I mean, this my show. This my show. So I can, I'm looking for a love scene. I want to do that. I want to do what I want to do. Whatever I want to. I'll just, pack my bags and move to L.A. and everything.
Yes, but it's so crazy, and I don't have a problem with love scenes. Like
I don't
my
either.
thing is that they have to move the story forward. Like I know a lot of movies, they kind of just throw them in there because they're like, "Hey, sex sells," so we just gonna throw it in there, and it has nothing to do with the plot, the theme of the movie, or nothing.
Right.
They
I agree. I agree.
so, but for me, as long as it moves the story forward, if it's an integral part of the story that's being told, then I'm all for it.
Well, you just better keep me in mind whenever you do decide to do those love scenes. I'm definitely available and stuff like that. I'm young and fabulous, so hey, I do what I want.
Yes,
But
yes.
but
You are.
JM, let me just tell you this in the 3 minutes we got. Do you have anything that's coming up for people who do you have anything that's coming up for people to check out in the 3 minutes, real quick?
Yes, yeah. So again, I do have a movie getting ready to come out that I star in. I play one of the leads in, and it's called Echoes of Deceptions. It's me, Nunu Thurman, who was amazing. It was just so great being on set with Nunu and Dewan Ford and all of
Shout out
them.
to Nunu.
Yes, yes. And so that one is getting ready to come out in April. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. And if you want to follow me and stay up to date with everything that I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram at jmpozon or on Facebook at Giovanna Marie.
One more time.
So you can follow me on Instagram at jmpozon, author jmpozon, or on Facebook at Giovanna Marie.
I love that. Y'all give it up for JM Pozon. I love it. I love you. I love what you're doing, Javon. I love what you're doing, JM. And yeah, definitely next time, promise me you'll come in studio. That way we'll have
Uh,
more time to talk because this was way too fast, way too quick. We're gonna have
yeah.
to do like
And
an
you know
hour.
what?
We're
It
gonna
was
have to do like an hour.
the devil was trying to stop us, but we still got the message out. So it must have been something
Come on.
powerful said today.
Come on. Only if you do me this one favor, if you can come in studio, like I said, so we'll have time to talk
Yeah.
for a whole hour and find out whatever you're doing and stuff. We just want you here live in the studio on Courageous Detroit, so we can definitely chop it up. And like I said, whatever you have coming up, just let us know. And hey, say the word, and you're here.
All right. I look forward to it.
I
Absolutely.
love it. Y'all give it up again for JM. I love it. I love it. And shout out to your kitchen. You got any shout outs?
Yes. Shout out to my kids, my son who recently graduated, and mommy is just so proud of him. So shout
Okay,
out.
give it up for that. Okay. I love it. I love it.
And my son Noah. So Isaiah and Noah. Those are my two
There it
babies.
is. Y'all give it up once again for Jay and Polizon. I love to see that. I love to see everything. And like I said, you are more than welcome to come in the studio and yeah, chop it up with us. We love to have you in the studio, and hopefully it'll be sooner, not later.
Yes, yes. Well, as soon as we get off, we can schedule.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. Thank you again, JM, for joining us. And yeah, best of luck to all you do. And yeah, tell the kids we say hey. And yeah, best of luck to you.
Thank you, and again, thank you for having me, Robert.
No problem. No problem at all. All right, y'all. We are about to get up on out of here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And guess what? We will be back again next week to do it all over again, God willing. Okay, we will definitely see you next week. Enjoy what's left of this beautiful weather. Okay, because like I said, this is Michigan, so anything can happen. We could have a snowstorm next week, so definitely, no, I'm kidding, but definitely enjoy this weather and stuff, and we will see y'all next week. Y'all have a good night, a good week. God bless y'all. See you next week.